MRCB's subsidiary MRCB Lingkaran Selatan has entered into a termination and settlement agreement with the government in relation to the concession termination of the Eastern Dispersal Link Expressway. In a board's filing, MRCB said, pursuant to the termination agreement, the government will pay MLSSB 1.32 billion ringgit subject to terms and conditions. Both MLSSB and the government also agreed that the termination came into effect on January 1, 2018. To recap, MLSSB was awarded the EDL concession pursuant to a 34-year agreement signed on June 26, 2007. Under the concession, MLSSB was granted the right to design, construct, manage, operate and maintain the EDL and to collect toll. Then on December 22, 2017, MLSSB had received a letter from the Ministry of Works informing of the abolishment of toll collection effective January 1, 2018, and the concession period would end on December 31, 2017. As at November 8, 2018, the total cost of the EDL service concession assets is approximately 1.33 billion ringgit. Fraser and Neave Holdings is expecting 90% of its product line to be affected by the upcoming sugar tax on sweetened beverages. However, FNN said that it would only be able to assess the full impact of the tax once the government reveals more details. However, CEO Lim Yu Ho says that implementing the tax on April 1, 2019 is too soon for FNN. He explains that the group will need more time to formulate alternative products to reflect changes in government policies. Yu says that reformulating FNN's products in terms of price, taste, consumer acceptance and product quality stability is a lengthy process and that 5 months is simply too short. In the meantime, the group will continue to promote healthier options through reformulation of existing products. In Budget 2019, the government announced that it would impose an excise tax of 40 cents per litre on sweetened beverages effective this coming April. IOI Corp saw its first quarter FY19 net profit plunge 60% to 143.8 million ringgit on lower operating profit, coupled with forex loss on its borrowings and deposits. Its total net forex translation loss for the first quarter amounted to 61.1 million ringgit, compared with a gain of 68.1 million ringgit last year. However, according to IOI, even when stripping out the forex component, all segments still registered lower contribution. Revenue came in just barely 0.5% higher at 1.9 billion ringgit. Despite the softer numbers, IOI is optimistic on the upcoming quarter's palm oil production level, compared with the unusually low production in the first quarter of FY19. However, it says the lower palm oil price will likely result in the plantation segment's earnings for second quarter FY19 to be lower than the first quarter of FY19. IOI also expects the current high CPO inventories to persist in the near future. It expects CPO prices to be supported at between 2,000 ringgit and 2,250 ringgit per tonne until the start of 2019. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng is calling on GLCs to improve on their performance and to practice corporate governance. Lim says this is why the government has come out with directives, according to Bernama. He says this could be seen clearly when Putrajaya stopped politicians from being appointed to the GLC boards. He reiterates that all the directors are from the private sector, and it represents an important step in directing focus from politics back to business and performance. Lim also brushed off talk of Tun Daim Zainuddin possibly having a hand in the GLC ecosystem, calling it merely rumours. Lim also commented on Daim's current role in advising the government, saying that he was just one of the principal sources of advice that PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad referred to. The blueprint for the third national car project will be presented to PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in 2 weeks' time, before being submitted to the Cabinet for approval. Entrepreneur Development Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Rezwan Muhammad Yusof says, once the blueprint is completed, it will then set a deadline for submissions for the project's vendor development program. He adds that more than 50 local vendors had submitted their applications to the ministry, according to Bernama. According to Muhammad Rezwan, the third national car project will be what the market wants. It will be based on the country's capability and on the environment that is provided by the world. He says the establishment of the new car project would be among the main drivers to boost the manufacturing sector's contribution to the economy. This is because the manufacturing sector is needed to spin off the services sector. Hence, he said there is a need to upgrade and graduate the micro and small players to become medium enterprises.